is on the fritz. Breaking the habit of being a baddie. Breaking the habit of being a baddie. Are you a baddie? Are you a baddie that's going to have some bad habits? Your body keeps the score. How did I even come across this book? I came across this book because a baddie told me that that was her favorite book. If that's your favorite book, I'm going to say, why? Should I read it too? And then I'm going to understand you better. And between blowies, I'm going to be able to connect. I'm going to be able to see that. I'm going to be able to see that we can have a conversation about things that you read about and then you thought about, because that way between dates we're going to have something that improves between us, between interactions. And the structure of it is called Your Body Keeps the Score. You see, I'm going to read your book, and then I'm going to extrapolate a book that I would want to read if I were a woman. This is a dual PhD. This is Ron Lowther chiming in. It's kind of like your mushroom keeps the score. Your kit of mushrooms, it keeps a score, which is, hey, did you go to Mandray Coffee? Did you go to Mandray Coffee? And did you get coffee grounds? Your grapefruit. Your grapefruit keeps the score. We're talking about breaking the habit of being a bad woman. We're talking about breaking the habit of being a baddie. Ron, have you gotten your mushroom situation started? Ron, how's my sound? Fucking iPhone. Fucking iPhone. iPhone bad. Good. Don't let that mushroom kit intimidate you. Just perforate. Just perforate the perforations. Make an X cut. Do it one way, one time before you bring in the coffee grounds. Breaking the habit of how you used to watch a video. I can do this all day. Which is breaking the habit of being a baddie. So, as I help us with a laugh or two, I'm going to show you my agenda. This is my agenda. Yeah, we're talking about women's issues, but what we're also really doing is we're Ebonics maxing. Because staying abreast of the coolest language, looks maxing, war maxing, daddy maxing, Larry Chang penis maxing, it gets to be tiring because English might be your second language. Be honest. Be honest. This looks like vagina. Be honest. Does that look like vagina? So, Fiji is a friend of the show, breaking the habit of saying bad things about friends of the show. But you know what? You're not paying for this. I'm not paying for this. I'm not paying for this. You are paying for this. Does this look like vagina or does this look like vagina? Look at it. It looks like vagina. I don't eat vagina. I don't eat vagina. I'm gonna eat my wife's vagina, but only after we've been married for 10 years. Because then 4 boys will have come out of her vagina, and I'll be like, I'll kiss it. I don't want to. Actually, I do want to. By waiting to eat this, I'm building up to eating this. I'm building up to eating this. Because I'm not going to eat your vagina until you make $1 billion. Because I'll date women that are blonde with big boobs. But you're going to need to make your brain into a brain that a blonde with big boobs has. This is the topic of this video. The topic of this video is called Breaking the Habit of Being a Baddie. That's her. That's her. That's her crusties. This is the sweet spot. When you're a baddie, we're Ebonics maxing right now. So, first person to correctly spell Ebonics, capital M maxing, gets to send me a $35,000 gift card, hashtag Ebonics maxing. Remember before when I said $250,000? You're welcome. You're welcome. First person to understand that gets to financially benefit. Hashtag Ebonics maxing. So when you say that you're intimidated by a gift card, you're not understanding that I will never give you a gift card. You can just put Ebonics maxing. Oh, there you go. Booyah. That's why rich people get rich. Listen to what the poor person said. Oh my God, you're the perfect poor person. You said some poor person stuff before. I thought you were very rich, but you're broke fuck, man. I wish you well. Do you not see how your brain is broken? I caught you. And I'm not catching you in a bad way. I'm catching you in a your brain's broken. This is me fixing your brain. This is me fixing your brain. What did you say in the testosterone video for testosterone maxing? What did you say? You said something that I pinned. Look, you're so close. You're so close. It's funny some of the time, but it's intelligent 100% of the time. Do you not see the comedy of first person to get it right gets to send me a $250 gift card? That's funny because, one, normally it would be the other way around. But it is the other way around because I'm literally giving you $250 because of the swaps and the knowledge. There it is. There it is in the testosterone. I don't know what the crazy hormone is, but you have to cut down on that, okay? Do you realize that I've been repeating that in at least 5 videos? So, Ebonics maxing Slappy Bigelow. Slappy Bigelow, that is email number 13. That's email number 513. Snake in my boots, it's really close. The way that you're spelling it is slavery. The way that I'm spelling it is I'm freeing the slaves. So, slavery, baddies, language. So you see how my language is different? So the difference in language, especially via hashtags, differentiates you mentally. It differentiates you financially. It differentiates you monetarily. Problem that you get to solve, and you will make at least $250, which is not, you don't have to pay me any money. This is just free for us talking, or me talking and you learning. The videos here is called Breaking the Habit of Being a Bad Woman. Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, Joe Dispenza. Breaking the Habit of Being a Baddie, this video. Breaking the Habit of Being an NPC, that was Saturday. Breaking the Habit of Being an NPC at South by Southwest on day number 21 of the 21 days of OpenAI at SXSW. Maybe you're lost because you haven't watched 7 videos prior to this that lead up to this video. Let me catch you up. This is the last episodes. I'm Larry Chang. My channel's on What They Don't Teach You in School. This is the inner sanctum. There is no Patreon. There is no Discord. There is no text chat to join. This is the text chat, which is you should make $250 solving Black people low socioeconomic language. Ebonics, some affluent white female urban liberal came up with this concept. It's called Don't Tell Black People That Their Language is Making Them Poor. When you don't tell Black people that their Black language is keeping them Black, that's a problem. That's Ebonics. Ebonics. Ebonics maxing is Black people. If you could just talk like my mentor, Kobe Bryant, you would no longer be retarded by default. By default, retarded. That's Ebonics maxing 10x's. 10x's. What we're doing with Ebonics maxing is we're doing the engineering concept. Stanford engineering concept. Oh, Huang engineering concept. It's called 10xing. Are you a 10x engineer? No. It's Ebonics maxing, capital M. Are you laughing at me? That's okay, because I listed as my IQ of being 88. Do you see how I am risking sounding like a racist retard? I'm risking sounding like a racist retard because I'm literally trying to bring Ebonics back. I'm literally bringing Ebonics back. Why would you bring it back, Larry? I've got 13 reasons. If you can't benefit $50 per reason, You're not even considering the fact that these jokes, they're 100% truthful. They're 100% truthful. Exactly. African American vernacular English maxing. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm changing the vernacular from black people trying to speak English. It's not going well. Dexo 101. Enjoy the inner sanctum of this video. Enjoy the inner sanctum of this video. Larry, you ever hear of Minnetonka hats? They make some really nice hats. I've had one since I was a teenager. Cool. Cool. I will pay you a 30% commission if Minnetonka sponsors and becomes a friend of the show. Never seen an Asian cowboy, not in the bad way. Cool. Technically, I'm an American cowboy, but I get it. I get it. Wasian. What's a Wasian? This is breaking the habit of being a baddie. Is Wasians, which is a white Asian. Ebonics maxing. There's only 10 X's. There's not 18 X's. Although you're really close. Do you love how YouTube actually kind of hides? This is how you know this is going to work, because YouTube's trying to hide it. You might be wondering, you should be wondering, why my channel is so small. I'm a grower. I'm not a shower. What I'm saying is, I'm getting suppressed. What I'm saying is, at first, people are going to make fun of Ebonics maxing because it sounds like a joke. And then you'll say, no, 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 no. Larry came up with that. Let me start over. No, 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 no. Larry Chang came up with that on day number 3 of hashtag 21 days of OpenAI at South by Southwest. If you say it that way to a rich person, you will make $5,000, because what you're doing is you're doing something that should be making you 6 figures before you turn 30, which is listener train of thought. The reason that I feel like, to you, I have endless time, endless money, endless brain, right? I seem like I'm limitless because listener train of thought is chapter 23, limitless. It's chapter 27. Oh my God. You're welcome. So listener train of thought is persuading a person in the future. This is 5D chess. 4D chess is you say something, I say something. In fact, most women play checkers when they're talking, which is, ooh, slay, or women stuff. It's checkers. It's literally watching 2 children talk. That's checkers. This is chess, but on a toggle switch of time travel. This is listener train of thought, chapter 27. This is listener train of thought, chapter 23. Dare I say, also chapter 21 and 22. Chapter 21, your body keeps the score. Oh my God. Oh my God. Chapter 20, learn at theater, earn and learn. Your body keeps the score. Chapter 23, listener train of thought. Chapter 27, unlimited power, listener train of thought. Good job. Good job, Lone Wolf and Cub. Because on day number 3, that's So true. And YouTube paid the ultimate price for that suppression. Rest in peace, Susan Wojciechowski, who used to be CEO of YouTube. So she literally lives in my neighborhood, and you don't know what I know? Could you imagine? Because I'm like this all the time. I'm like this on a dog walk. I'm like this at a party because I don't drink. I'm like this all the time. You should have asked me, hey, was that vaccine experimental and dangerous? Obviously. Obviously. Your vagina keeps the score. Breaking the habit of being a baddie. This is 5D chess. There you go. This is 5D chess. It's called listener train of thought. What we're going to do is print words on a piece of paper. You thought I was going to say print money. But I don't want to intimidate people because when I say print money, people get all nervous. Oh, I'm going to financially benefit, and then he's going to try to kiss my vagina. 1, I don't want to meet you. 2, I don't want you to give me a part of the money that you make. And 3, you call it a vagina. It's a micro penis. Stop with the transgender lies. We're going to do this. I know, I'm hilarious, right? We're going to do this. I'm going to eat this. I'm going to eat this vagina-shaped object right in front of you. You're going to write 3 words on a piece of paper in addition to some other words. It's called listener train of thought. 3 words. 3 words. And if you say 4 words, you're not trying to gaslight me. You're trying to retard max me. And I already did a video on that. It's called retard maxing. 3 words. Listener train of thought. 3 words. Choose your next words carefully, my baddie, because I'm batting 1,000 when it comes to blonde billionaires with big boobs. And one of the billionaires lost $1 billion. So I'm going to remake that $1 billion. Don't worry. Don't worry. You're going to make $1 million and then you're going to lose it. Just like if I kiss your vagina, you're never going to leave. That's why I'm going to wait 10 years. That's why I'm going to wait 10 years. Pussy magnet, vagina whisperer, cunning linguist. Cunning linguist. These jokes just write themselves. That's Ebonics maxing from a cunning linguist, Larry Chang. What was that intelligent language that you're saying? African American vernacular English maxing. God. We're kind of... Brady, do you have thoughts? What are you growling at me for? Do you have to shit? Do you have to poo? Brady, I already took you for a morning walk. Do you need to poo early? Brady's on a sketch. Brady's on a sketch. Oh. Actually, what the F? So these are the words that you're going to write down, which is 3 words. 3 words. Listener train of thought. Choose your next thoughts carefully. Choose your next thoughts carefully. Listener train of thought. As soon as she says, oh, that's 4 words, she is reading slave. If she says anything other than, oh my God, everything that they've said about you, it's actually true. You're a genius. You see, what I'm conveying to everybody who isn't here right now is I'm simultaneously dumber than you, and I'm simultaneously smarter than any human that you've ever met times 5. And I'm not stating that as a white or a black person because your guy's confidence is too confident. I'm stating this as a American-born Chinese person who is incredibly humble. And when you say, "Oh, but you're not so humble," humility and humbleness is in ratio to talent. My talent is stratospheric. Look at the title of this video. It's called Breaking the Habit of Being a Baddie. You might be thinking, I'm going to make hundreds of thousands of dollars. But while I'm making hundreds of thousands of dollars doing 3 words, listener, train of thought. That's 3 words. You'll understand that this is the first video that you've ever financially benefited from. So, because your body keeps the score, so your bank account keeps money theoretically that you might have. Your bank account keeps the score. This video is going to keep scoring if you can write down those 3 words. Listener, train of thought. We're going to meditate. Oh my God, this video is pitch perfect. We're going to meditate and breathe as you watch me eat vagina. This is a chubby girl's vagina. This is a chubby girl's vagina. It's a chubby girl vagina. So I'm going to eat this, and you're going to find some pen and paper. And you're going to write down, what are you going to write down? Vagina tastes good. Num 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 num. Vagina tastes good. Num 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 num. Listener train of thought. Comment that you wrote it down when you say, so you want to comment listener train of thought, and then also write it down on a piece of paper. In fact, after you've written it down, just say paper. Mmm. 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 Oh, did you hear that? It made that squishy pussy noise. When was the last time you had pussy? This is consistently pussy. Consistency. Larry, did you just spit seeds back into the vagina? That's what she said. That's what she said. That's what she said. Listener train of thought. You're welcome. Ebonics maxing Larry Chang. So, you have the book called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. And people will say, is that your book? You will say, Breaking the Habit of Being a Baddie. because I'm writing a book. This is you talking now. This is you. This is the person asking you questions. Hey, is that your book? Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself? Why do you have 3 books? Oh, I'm using this book to write a book. It's called Breaking the Habit of Being a Baddie. Wait a minute. You're writing a book based on this book? Yeah. I'm coming up with a bibliography called Breaking the Habit of Being a Baddie. Oh, well, I'm not interested in reading. I just do audiobooks. First person to say audiobooks loses. That's listener train of thought. So this is us doing listener train of thought. I'm going to bullet point some dangling points, which is this. It's listener train of thought to understand breaking the habit of being a bad woman. It's super similar to breaking the habit of being a black person, which is hashtag Ebonics maxing. Because what you think right now is, oh my gosh, this guy's drunk. What women think is men are enslaving us via the patriarchy. What black people in the NBA think is the NBA. It's a plantation. It's a plantation here in the NBA. Maybe you think that what I said is hilarious because it's true. But do you not see that women thinking that they're a slave is just completely ludicrous? Ditto a certain ethnicity who are slaves. You Caucasian people, you actually are slaves right now because you're goy. But that's a different video. Let's try to GSB you. The Goyim School of Business, you're welcome. Which is listener train of thought, Ebonics maxing. Don't blame Jewish people for being slave traders since trading or slavery. Because this is how to no longer be a slave. Do I look like a slave to you? Do I look like a slave to you? I am looking at vagina that I want to eat, making myself not eat it. That's delayed gratification. That's 5D chess. That's you and I understanding Ebonics maxing. So the reason that poor people stay slave, even though slavery theoretically ended, right now there are more slaves than in the history of time. The reason for that is language. When you're not in control of language, you're not in control of your brain. And when you have bad language or low socioeconomic language, you're default enslaving yourself. We don't have an economic growth mindset. Lone Wolf and Cub, that's what we're doing right now, which is I made you get a piece of paper. This is what we're doing. We're tying in day number 3, hashtag 22 days of OpenAI at South by Southwest. We're tying that into Ebonics maxing. And understand that when you think I'm talking like I'm high or retarded or just drunk, know that this is purposefully confusing your brain muscle. Muscle confusion causes muscles to grow perfectly. Look at my muscle-bound body. It's perfect. Muscle confusion is training. Muscle confusion is beyond working out. Brain confusion is adding a wrinkle to your brain, listener train of thought. Ebonics maxing is turning around a bankrupt effort. What's bankrupt? Ebonics. Everybody knows it. When you try to tell black people, oh, you're not a fucking retard, you're just a genius in using Ebonics. Guess what? It kept on changing. There are no rules, and it was built on language that was low socioeconomic. That's the problem. This is the solution. What if we spoke English in a way that has a bunch of funny, kitschy memes? What if we spoke English like Larry Chang? What if we spoke American? Because I got tired of saying AI, AGI. American intelligence, Larry Chang. American intelligence, Larry Chang. Asian guy intelligence, that's also Larry Chang. Ed Chen, Bruce Wang, Larry Chang. John Teo, Tim Chang, Larry Chang. Adam Crampton. It's just 6'2" to 6'5" Chinese guys who all look the same. John Teo, Tim Chang, Larry Chang. Ed Chen, Bruce Wang, Larry Chang. There's a little bit of grapefruit. Hopefully that won't seed and grow a grapefruit tree from out of her asshole. So, this is how to grow. Listener train of thought. Let's go back to 3 books, 1 you. This is day number 1. This is day number 1. This is day 0. This is day 0, which was Saturday, 2/28. Day 0 was breaking the habit of being an NPC. So if you mix up these dates, and you'll never do this without pen and paper. There is no level of AI. This is wave 7 AI. And I know you don't even know that we're trying to do wave 2 AI. I know this. So this is wave 7. If you don't get the days straight, or you're hoping to get all the knowledge and then try to do this, this is why women stay poor. This is why women stay poor. This is why women are poor. This is the wrong way. This is how most people try to do entrepreneurship. This is Stanford Entrepreneurship explained. Too long, don't read. Too long, don't try. Too long, don't even try. Or you're trying, and good job because I see you paying attention. What you don't want to do is you don't want to compile knowledge and say, if only I can catch up to Larry Chang, then I will try to do something. This is Ebonics maxing, which is you're getting gaslit into thinking that you should give up. This is the psychological operation that I talked about yesterday, day 3. Okay. On day 0 of the hashtag 22 days of OpenAI at South by Southwest, on day 0, what happened? We talked about a topic while I was getting vagina thrown at me. You guys saw it, which is breaking the habit of being an NPC. That is day 0. Because the way that you're going to make money on this, granted, it's only going to be $250,000, but let's say that intimidates you. You can ratchet it back to 0.1% of it, 0.0001% of it, and just make $2,500. No pressure, you fucking retards. No pressure, which is gaslighting. Gaslighting is a low socioeconomic phrase uttered constantly. I constantly have to hear it. So as soon as somebody says gaslighting, you manipulate their brain off of not understanding gas or lighting, because you're going to help them. When you hear gaslighting, you're going to start to Ebonics maxing. Let me walk you through how to do this. Listener train of thought. You see, I already know what you're going to say. This is why I'm the pussy magnet. I'm a pussy magnet because I get hit on all the time. I'm waiting for you to throw neg, which is not reneg. It's not Nigga who the shooter was at Buford's. You see, pussy magnet is I'm listening for the words that you're going to say, and then I'm going to go right to dick. Here's an example. Hey, you're pretty good looking for an Asian. Why'd you have to put the last part on? This is what I say. I know, right? She'll be taken aback. Or this example. So all you're doing is setting frame and redirecting. Because I'm going to take, you guys have seen me do this, where people say something super negative and I just turn it on their, I don't just put it on their ear hole. I literally will do a 180 for them and tell them to fuck off with $250,000 and 3 videos that I already did. Ebonics maxing. Ebonics maxing. Ebonics maxing. What we're doing with listener train of thought and Ebonics maxing is we're solving women's problems while solving our own problems. Listener train of thought. As soon as you hear the word gaslighting, cha-ching, can't stop, won't stop, chang stop. Cha-ching. Horsey, horsey, horsey. Can't stop, won't stop, chang stop. Do you know how long I was waiting to wash my hands? Do you know how long I was waiting to wash my hands after eating that grapefruit? That's delayed gratification. That's delayed gratification. This is your delayed gratification with 16 bites at the grapefruit. 16 bites at 250 units of money. Maybe you think 250 Bitcoin is all the money in the world. For me, that's just a one-day buy. DFA. 16 bites or licks at the vagina. If you're an octogenarian and you don't have any teeth, that's how you eat vagina or food. You just lick it because you don't have any teeth. Or you are a lesbian and you are going to save eating vagina until you're married for 10 years. This is 16. This is 16. 16 bites at the apple is what I do in private equity. Another bite at the apple, that's what losers who are only worth less than $100 million say. Oh, do I get another bite at the apple? Do I get another bite at the apple? What that means is who has the first and second bite at the apple? Me? I have 16 bites because I'm going to eat all of her vagina after we're married for 10 years. Bite of apple number 1. The apple, remember, is whenever you hear the word gaslight, because I understand gaslighting obviously better than women do, because I am a top 50 physicist. Where's my PhD in physics? Harvard, Stanford? Sorry, Harvard, you may not have a physics program. MIT, Stanford, Caltech. Where's my PhD in physics? Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. In 16 chapters. Gaslight. Ebonics maxing. Period. Slow work. Slow work. So when black people do work, it's super slow. Some would argue that African Americans peaked during slavery. Think about that. Think about that. Peaked. There is no ethnicity that is doing worse right now. Slow work. Every rapper who worships Satan, every NBA player who is Satan adjacent, they're keeping other black people from doing fast work. What's fast work? Is you just go to the smartphone that is currently in your pocket and you use AI to say, hey, if Larry Chang and I were to co-found a company, how quickly would we make $250,000? That's called fast work. That's called AI, artificial intelligence. But here's the Ebonics, Ebonics. AI is a bubble. Whatever low social language you hear, I hear it all the time. This is gaslighting. Gaslighting is slow work. It's working slow. Gaslighting, housewife. When women say that they don't want to be a housewife, they're saying that they don't want to do an hour and a half worth of work. Because last time I checked, dishwashers wash dishes, laundry machines work the way that a laundry machine does. If you're black, the way a fire detection system works is you replace the battery and then the washing machine works, the dishwasher works, the fire, the smoke alarm, it actually also works. So when you grow accustomed to hearing tick, tick, you're doing slow work because you probably should have just replaced the battery. This is Ebonics maxing with 10 X's. EBONIXXXX, maxing capital M, AXXXXING. Where did my audience go? That's good because there are 15 more licks at the vagina. Let's go. Number 2, gaslighting home cooking. For example, make me a sandwich. If you're so lazy that you can't make a sandwich, something's wrong. It's called home cooking, gaslighting home cooking. Every time you hear the word gaslight, you wire your brain to be Ebonics maxing. As soon as you hear it, this is bite at the apple number 3. Gaslighting. Telling the same joke. No gas, no light. So as soon as you hear a person telling a joke that they've told before, gas them up, light them up, and say, how many times have you told that joke? Or if you're George Clooney, you say, I bet you get a lot of mileage out of that joke. What you're trying to do is you're trying to listen for how many times have they said the thing that they've said. Because if they're saying the same thing over and over and over, they're an NPC. NPC. That's day 0, hashtag 22 days of OpenAI at South by Southwest. Do you see how when I say this video, when I say that this video is the most valuable video you've ever seen, it's because there are all these entree points where people are signaling, I have a problem, therefore solve the problem. This is the K-shaped economy because war and war maxing cause some people to be really, really rich, other people to be really, really, really poor. And they're the poors, they're trying to drag you down and say, hey, should we become more poor before we have a revolution? Should we be more poor before we try to wage a civil war? Plot spoiler! Entree number Bitcoin maxing, which is the revolution already happened, you dumb cunts. The revolution already happened. There is no more revolution, okay? Like, there is no civil war that's going to save you. This is the K-shaped economy. Gaslighting. Do you like how I light you up? Telling the same joke, I bet you get a lot of mileage out of that joke. What you're doing with Ebonics maxing is you're listening for every instance of the word gaslighting, and you're going to turn their feminist thinking around. You're going to hear gaslighting because right now it's like the word smurf. Gaslighting. Oh, are you a pansexual? Oh, are you anxiety? Oh, are you neurodivergent? Oh, are you surrendering and coming up with a really good excuse? Gaslighting. It's a ubiquitous phrase that is used like, what's the person who loves themselves too much? What's that person called? What's the person who loves themselves too much? What's the person that loves themselves too much? What's that called? Nobody's listening. Again, I ask, when people say gaslighting, not sociopath, sort of conceited, narcissist! Why is it always the genius dudes that get rich? So, the word narcissism is its own separate listener train of thought. We're just listening for the word gaslighting Think of gaslighting as the G spot into her bank account. You thought it was going to be the G spot of her vagina. Only I know where the G spot is in her vagina. It's in her brain. That's where her G spot is. Gaslighting. Is that number 17? Somebody in the comments put 17 G spot in her brain. Because we're only on point number 3, which is gaslighting. Will somebody put point 17? You know what? I don't trust you guys. This is why you should take your own notes. And don't even get me started about people that say, oh, can you send me those notes? Thank you for telling me that you're going to always be poor. Thank you for telling me that you're always going to be poor. Can you send me those notes? You take really good notes. Will you send me those notes? Which is actually, when you take the notes, you're going to be the one in control of the money. When you enter a money deal, you want to be in control of 2 things, the money and the notes. Exactly. Gaslighting is hyping someone up to bring them down on something and said you could have been, you're playing them like a deck of cards. Every time you hear gaslighting, you should think cha-chang. Cha-chang. Gaslighting, telling the same joke, no gas, no light. Number 4. What was number 17? Oh, G-spot. Point number 17 comes right after 3, which is G-spot of your brain. It's brain 3, web 4. That connects to July 11, which is day number -21 of the 19 days of Gemini 3 at Osaka World Fair. Do you see how I seem like a genius, but I'm actually rocking an IQ of 88? Because I connected Web 12 to 19 days of Gemini 3 at Osaka. It's a city in Japan. We're still talking about gaslighting. As soon as you hear gaslighting, you go right to guns because she exposed a target. You exposed a target, and that target is called Ebonics maxing. And then someone will say, did you just say Ebonics maxing? And as soon as you say a word, you listen for their reaction because they have one of 2 ways to go. You're a racist or you're a genius. Either way, you should be able to make $250K or $200K or $250 million or $2.50. This is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about gaslighting, gassing you up. This is why you pay attention to a video that other people would walk into and say, what is going on here? What is this guy's level of energy? This is what we're doing right now. I'm Larry Chang, and I have a channel on what they don't teach you in grade school, or in your case, grade school. My channel used to be called What They Don't Teach You at Business School, because business school, it's taught to retards with an IQ of about 95. But no, that information was too intimidating. What they don't teach you at Harvard, they used to teach you at Harvard. Oh, my pussy hurts. Can you be more inclusive? Yeah, I'm going to be super inclusive with point number 4. Gaslighting, removing the fuel. Less energy, no compliments. When you're asking for more acceptance, when you're asking for it to be more acceptable, you're going to get unemployment at 60% for a certain ethnicity, because the minimum wage is $0. And this is not another PhD, because this is not my PhD. This is Dr. Husby's PhD, which is minimum wage subsidies. The minimum wage is $0. Number 5, stealing eggs. As soon as you hear gaslight, connect it to stealing eggs. Gaslighting. It's low socioeconomic language for females in an attempt to steal eggs, which is when women hit the wall. This is breaking the habit of being a bad woman. When women become postmenopausal, when women become divorced and single and begging the government for more money, the first thing that a woman does while drowning in zero attention is they try to start stealing eggs. You see, when you're drowning, you're going to lash out. Everything looks like a life preserver, even your wife's obese body. Your wife, she's 5'3", she's 180 pounds. You're trying to pull her down because you'll do anything for a breath of oxygen. Stealing eggs. Maybe you're not drowning in an ocean. True story. The reason women make 40% less money is women never die at sea while working. Not never, but men die at a clip of what? 20, 30, 50,000 people per year dying at sea at work or in history. Men die 20, 30, 40,000. Women who die at sea, under 300. Because men have to go risk it all in order to go try to make money. This is stealing eggs, which is when women don't want to take risks, yet still want to destroy things. That's what stealing eggs is for gaslighting. So as soon as you hear gaslighting, is she trying to steal eggs by psychologically castrating you? This is testosterone video. I know who stole your testosterone because she actually has too much testosterone because she's 5'8" and 210 pounds. My producer's telling me that she's 225 pounds. There's been some inflation in her weight. Stealing eggs. Once you see that gaslighting other women, because who is women's worst enemy? That would be an older woman with fewer eggs. Women hate other women. This is breaking the habit of being a bad woman, which is just because the woman is got infinitely more eggs than you doesn't mean that you should try to chemically ovulate her, chemically deovulate her. Do you see why this is Ebonics maxing? Because I'm having to come up with a word for something that no one has a word for. Because chemical castration, that's called school managing a boy with a crazy hormone. I don't know the crazy hormone is. That would be testosterone. I don't know the crazy hormone is. I don't know the crazy hormone is. But you have to cut down on it, okay? I don't know the crazy hormone is. But you're going to have to cut down on it, okay? The crazy hormone is testosterone. That's the crazy hormone. It's testosterone. Roger, what's up? Gaslighting has changed a lot since the 1800s. Nice callback. Oh, thank you. What did I call back to? Callback humor. Callback humor. Oh! Slappy Bigelow, tell people what I'm talking about. This is how to make the money. You just explain to other people what I'm talking about, especially a rich person, because they know who I am. Just explain to them, hey, I actually know what Larry Chang's talking about. Will you pay me 250 units of money? 250 units of money. That's how you ask. You don't say 250 million, okay? You sound like a person with not a million. You say 250 units of money. Okay. Point number 18. Why did nobody write point number 17 is the G spots in your brain? That's okay. I want to take enough notes for all of us. You don't want to delegate note taking to somebody else. You don't want to delegate money collection to somebody else. You don't want to delegate banging your future girlfriend to somebody else. That's the cuck chair. Do you like how this is everything the opposite of gaslighting? Do you like how we are actually Ebonics maxing? We're Ebonics maxing with 10x's, which is stealing eggs. What is the new word hitting Ebonics maxing, which is not chemical castration? What's it called? Chemical mammogram? Chemical ovarian removal? Chemical ovarian removal. No new word required. There it is. Crazy hormone. Don't know what it is, but you need to reduce it. The crazy hormone is literally testosterone. Connect the chickens laying eggs. Congratulations, by the way. That's a nice haul. How many eggs do you eat a day? I sometimes eat 6 eggs. A few of the words that come to mind when listening to are batshit crazy. So that's because you're trying to mitigate my testosterone. So the way that you disseminated that is very not Mexican, not American. So good job on your super chat. I accept that super chat. Thank you. You freeze dry eggs? Stop it. You know that doesn't work, right? Stealing eggs. When women tell other women, oh, you can just do cryobank. This is what's unfair about men and women, is that you can freeze sperm, you can't freeze an egg. How do I know about sperm freezing? Because somebody made $275K selling jizz. Larry, how did you start a company without venture capital? Isn't that impossible in Silicon Valley? 2 words for you. California, cryobank. 2 words for you, sperm bank. 2 words for you, which is, would you like to buy some sperm from Larry Chang for $275,000? Guaranteed to attend Stanford University for exactly $0. $0. $0. $0. $0. $0. This is the sign for $0. Larry, that's a really good deal. I know, right? Why is it worth $275,000? One, maybe you can't tell on screen, but the scale of me in every picture, sometimes I look 6'7". When you're the smartest human in Palo Alto, which basically makes you the smartest person in the world, while having bone structure like this, looks maxing. Larry, you have really incredibly high cheekbones for an Asian. Every time somebody gaslights you, you gaslight them back. This is Ebonics maxing. I can't tell you how many crabs try to drag me into their crab pot. If you're going to drag me in a crab pot, why am I not speaking at an HBCU? Historically black college and university. Looks maxing. You don't want to bone smash with a metal hammer. Are you fucking retarded? These high cheekbones became cheeky and high with a rubber mallet. Gaslight. Less illumination. Gaslighting. Are you trying to come up with a Hewlett-Packard joke, which is, do you live in a garage? Which is gaslighting. This is how you know that my ceilings are high. This is how you know that my ceilings are high. Is that you mistook my high ceilings for a garage. You're trying to gaslight me in my living conditions. This video writes itself. So when you're trying to gaslight my living conditions, where you're thinking that the ceiling is so high that I must be doing a workshop in a garage, know that number 6, less illumination. What am I talking number 6 of? Number 6 of 14 within listener train of thought. Because I have to actually listen to you guys. I don't want to listen to you guys. Sometimes you'll be in a conversation that you don't want to be listening. This is how to listen in that conversation and then make money. All of the world's problems right now, all of your financial problems, can be solved if you learn to listen and process information better. This is at the heart of why black people are dead last right now, which is inability to listen and inability to process new information. When you process information faster, that's Ebonics maxing, because my language, it's compressed. When people say, oh, Larry, when you talk, you sound angry, it's not the anger that you hear. What you're hearing is tonality and physiology. So when you say, oh, hey, Larry, me and my friends watched the video, you seem angry. So that's you gaslighting my tonality, and that's you gaslighting my physiology. Words. Words only are 7%, and Ebonics, Ebonics, that's not 7%. It's more like 1, 2, or 1%. If you do the vocabulary of unique words in the English language used, the 7% is actually 1 or 2%. That's why Ebonics was created. That's a problem. 7%, 38%, 55%. This is why I'm so good at being a pussy magnet, is I just explained to you my PhD thesis in neuro-linguistic programming. Who's better at NLP? John Grinder, Richard Bandler, Tony Robbins, or Larry Chang, or Mark Benioff? That would be Larry Chang. That would be Larry Chang. Because I'm explaining to you the 7%, which is a word map or a vocabulary map. And then when you say it sounds like you need another vaccine, that's you trying to gaslight me into a vaccination that I don't need. It feels like you're trying to gaslight me. Guess what? Susan tried to suppress me. Let's let Susan rest in peace. 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 Who's Susan? Steve Hurley? Chad Steve Hurley. That's the new name. Chad Hurley, Steve Chen. That's the new name, is Steve Hurley. Steve Chen, co-founder of YouTube. Chad Hurley, co-founder of YouTube. So every time you guys gaslight me, I'm printing money. Because you said, sounds like you need another vaccine. That's you literally trying to gaslight me into taking an experimental mRNA. We're still on NLP. You're welcome for this PhD thesis in speed seduction. I'm seducing you into being less of a fucking retard. Are you also gay? All are welcome here. I'm just trying to get to know you. Just trying to get to know you. Gaslighting. Gay people. Gay people are trying to gaslight you. Gay people are trying to gaslight you. Gay people are constantly trying to gaslight you. Are you sure you're not gay? Gaslighting you. Born that way. Gaslighting you. Sexuality's on a spectrum. Gaslight, gaslight, gaslight. Do you see why this video is so profitable for me? Gaslighting, 7%. Ebonics maxing. When you hook a person into a standardized test, the person who's going to be at 3 of 7, not 7 of 7. 7 of 7 is a perfect SAT score. But then a certain segment of our population will say, standardized testing, that's racist. An 800 verbal score is where you score 7 of 7. Language. It's 7% words. Ebonics maxing, 10x's, is 7% words. All of communication is 100%. This is my PhD in NLP, NLP, NLP. Neuro-linguistic programming, yes, speed seduction. Natural language processing, yes, AI, AI wave 1, and we're stuck right now. AI is a bubble. That's wave 2, you dumb, see you next Tuesdays. NLP, NLP, NLP. Neuro-linguistic programming, natural language processing, next level Larry protocol. NLP, NLP, NLP. Did you get that? Did you get that? Because that's what Ebonics maxing is NLP, NLP, NLP. What was number 22? What was 21? Do you see why this video is valuable? Because I wasn't joking about day 3, Ebonics maxing. I wasn't joking about it. Look at the comments of when black people talk here. Look at what happens. Is I will turn you around to go from worst to first. And you don't even have to be in America. Worst to first, which is word salad. When you say word salad, you're trying to gaslight my specific language. This is how black people keep other black people down, which is, why do you talk like one of them? One of who? One of them. You mean white people? Yeah. Why do you talk like one of them? Do you mean clear, concise, and accurate? Left jab, left jab, left jab. Let's go. NLP, NLP, NLP. So speed seduction, Neil Strauss, picking up vagina. The reason that men make more money than women is the fact that men have to operate with a penis, women are operating with a vagina. In order for men who are not Larry Chang to get someone to play with their penis or interact with their penis, men have to fail 15 to 1500 times. Have you seen the swipe right scenario where the dude had to swipe right 16,000 times in order to get 30 messages, and then had to message 30 people for a week and got a half a date out of it? So that's the math of trying to get somebody to suck on your penis if you're not Larry Chang. Larry, how do you understand women so well? Because 100.0% of women on the planet, not including my family, you know what? Including, yeah, whatever. Don't want to sound too Israeli right now. 100% of women also want to interact with it. This is why I understand women so well, which is, women, are you just pretending to listen to me because you're hoping that I'll pull off my basketball shorts, which double as men's lingerie? Oh, you're so funny. Are you just laughing at my jokes because you want to have sex with me? Or am I actually funny? That's the opposite of gaslighting. Ebonics. Gaslighting black people into thinking they're not retarded. Ebonics maxing. Number 8. Reverse gaslighting. This is gratitude. So let me explain to you why we as Caucasian people. Wait a minute, Larry. Didn't you just say that you're black? Yeah, I'm everything. I'm a white person, I'm a black person, I'm a woman, I'm a man. I'm ubiquitous. I am software incarnate. Reverse gaslighting. White people. So the reason there's actually no patriarchy is this. Caucasian white dudes who are Caucasian, they have the most gratitude. There should be a social experiment called give people shit that they don't deserve. Oh, wait, there is. It's called Christianity. So you got given a gift. Are you going to say thank you? This is why Christian white males act like they have gratitude, is because that's what the whole religion's about, is a blessing. I understand women so well. Bro is talking about women in a room alone. This is where you're gaslighting me. This is where some retard just like you said, oh my God, you're genius. You should do a live stream for 24 hours. Because you've never been to a Larry Chang live stream in the wild. So the reason I'm sitting in a location temporarily solo, why? Because now we can do solo work. Now we can sit in a room quietly without getting interrupted. So a person who's watched a prior video of mine, what happens when I'm talking like this in the wild? What happens? 15 women come and hit on me. You're trying to gaslight me by saying that I'm alone. Well, I'm trying to reverse gaslight you and saying, how are you in doing work solo? Because this is why women stay poor. This is why women stay poor. Have you you haven't. Let me explain to you. So there are these facilities. They have weights, exercise areas to train or to work out. They call it a fitness club or a gym. I get that you've never gone because look at your body. You're too ashamed to go. I get that. I mean, I don't get it, but I see you. This is me reverse gaslighting you. When you look at these people, and maybe you don't see two genders. Maybe you, in your type, see 30 to 70 genders of mental illness. I don't know. Here we go. When you see people without a penis working out, including micro penis people, you see these people working out in groups Women make less money because women do group exercise. Men, men are locked in. They're just, don't talk to me, don't look at me, and don't do a selfie video in the gym because I need to get my shit done. When men do solo work, you're telling me, you're trying to tell me that you're a woman, but you're actually the worst of it, which is you're a woman trapped in a man's body. And this is not me trying to switch your genders. This is you communicating to me language that is clear, which is you're trying to tell me that I'm alone, which is me doing significant work alone. That's reverse gaslighting. This is gratitude. Gaslighting, gaslighting, so much gas, so much lighting. Recipes, reverse engineering a recipe. So you can claim that I'm not tall and hot. I don't care. This is what's true. This is defendable, which is you're trying to gaslight me. I'm telling you recipes, reverse engineering, utilization of YouTube. When you see a recipe and then you do a recipe, you see a video on how to do a recipe and then you do the recipe, you'll build a level of competence because my confidence, it rubs you wrong. My competence, it's causing you to have an allergic reaction because your ego is saying, don't listen to this guy. He's going to put us in danger. You're in danger of becoming an amazing black person. That's all the danger that there is. You might think, oh, after you become dangerous, I'm going to collect my pound of flesh. Like I barely can handle a brunette Caucasian girl because of her scarcity mindset. I can barely handle a hot Caucasian girl who's brunette. I can barely get excited for that. Great vagina, okay, great vagina, but mentally, yeah. So you don't have to worry about me extracting a 17 pounds of vagina from you. You don't have to worry about that. This is reverse gaslighting, which is gratitude, recipes, reverse engineering. So you're going to become much, 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 much more competent and confident from what? From see recipe, do recipe. This is a recipe. What is this a recipe for? It's for Ebonics maxing. What's this a recipe for? It's day 4 of hashtag 22 days of OpenAI at South by Southwest. This recipe is how do I write a book based on a video? This is a recipe. Nobody is going to option this video and make it into a movie. Well, now that I joke about it, it probably will happen. This is how I make so much money. See recipe, do recipe. Get off of zero. Get off of zero. Get off of zero. Nadi Shodhana breathing. Get off of zero. Because you could have made fun of my nose for itching. And then I would say to you, listen, you low socioeconomic human person, benefit financially from page 42 of James Nestor's book, Breathe. which is Nadi Shodhana breathing. Let's Nadi Shodhana breathing right now. Gaslight, see recipe, do recipe. Have you ever read a recipe and then done a recipe? Have you at least watched a video and then done a recipe? That's number 9. Because I caught you being a recipe virgin. I caught you being a recipe virgin. A virgin with 0.0 recipes ever executed. This is how you watch a cooking video. This is how you watch a cooking video. This is how Ebonics watches a cooking video. Which is, I'd like to make some fried chicken at home. You watch it and then you say TLDR or too long, don't do. And you just go DoorDash Popeyes. That's how you watch a fried chicken video. This is the new way. This is Ebonics maxing. Is we're going to watch that video and then we're going to do Ebonics maxing, which is, I wonder if there's a way to fry chicken in not seed oil, hand out one piece of chicken and do food for lead generation. This stuff is so easy because you don't want to sell chicken that's competitive. You want to be the Asian girl giving away fried chicken in order to get people to sign up for a book called Ebonics Maxing. Don't even do fried chicken. Do Chinese fried chicken. Oh my God. Do Chinese fried chicken. This is Ebonics maxing. This is breaking the habit of being a baddie. This is breaking the habit of casually watching a YouTube video, gaslighting in the comments. I would say 80% of the comments are gaslight flavored. This is what we're doing with listener train of thought. Bullet point number 11. Bullet point number 10. So, kiss my ass is really not gaslighting. Toss my salad is Ebonics maxing. Because I'm not talking about prison salad. I'm not talking about Diddy salad. I'm talking about see recipe to make dressing. Do recipe. Sweet greens. If you look at sweet greens, it's never black people that are picking up sweet greens. Not never, but pretty much never. What's sweet greens? It's a $26 salad. It's a $26 salad. Toss my salad is, can you reverse engineer a sweet greens salad? Sweet greens. You can add a protein. Have you guys been to one of those restaurants where the salad is $35 and they say, hey, would you like to add a protein for $4? Yes, please. Because this is how the math works. Larry, are you even rich? Because if you care about a $35 salad and you're doing math calculations, you're rich, Larry. You shouldn't have to worry about a $40 salad. Oh, thank you for telling me that you're trying to gaslight my money. You're trying to gaslight my money because, plot spoiler, I never pay for food. I never pay for food. I don't pay for food, especially at a work lunch. But you just seem like an idiot when you order the most expensive, worst thing. This is how you know consulting and gaslighting and money work. Rich people, they're evaluating other rich people all the time. If you're able to order food and buy food in a genius way, rich people are impressed. This is an example of it, and I'm not even joking because you can't make this shit up. So we're at a friends lunch. It's a lunch of friends. Some rich cunt's probably gonna pay. Some rich douchebag is probably gonna pay. I know this already. I'm still gonna order conservatively because we're douchey and we're rich, and somebody's gonna say, it's just lunch. It's 8 people. It's not even gonna be $200. It's just lunch. We're eating lunch. This is still gaslighting. This is still Ebonics maxing. Because when people are paying for your food, you want to actually eat less food. Because I'm not here for the food. I'm here to try to make $2 million. Enter a female who is capital efficient. She asks for 8 wedges of lemon. She asks for 8 wedges of lemon. She asks for 8 wedges of lemon. The waiter's like, okay. She proceeds to open 15 packets of sugar. Do you see where this is going? She's going to make her own lemonade. Mind you, we're trying to... I'm not dating her yet. I'm not dating her yet. But do you see how she knows that somebody's going to be paying for her, but she's still going to make her own frickin' lemonade? Toss my salad. The reason I bring that up is just because we're eating for free, which is salad, it's $18. Would you like to add $4 in protein? Salad, it's $27 for a chef salad. Would you like to spend $6 to add protein? If you can't do the math on doing double protein, you're being a lazy cunt spending somebody else's money. This is how she ended up marrying some really rich dude, is she made her own lemonade. And I get it, Palo Alto and Silicon Valley, it's not the world. But it's a window into it's a window in. Because let's call her Chrissy, because that's her name. A week or two later, she goes to me, because we're in a friend group. She goes to me, hey, I saw on social media that you've got 2 weddings coming up. Because I didn't set it up this way, but I kind of did set it up this way, which is I got 2 weddings in Napa County back to back with 2 separate families, so that way my mom and dad could visit and they could just stay for 2 weddings, right? Some genius shit. I engineered it, sort of. Maybe I got lucky. Maybe I got lucky. That's just what I do. I engineer my luck. She says to me, she's a brunette, by the way. She says to me, Larry, if you take me, I'll blow you and fuck you. What did you just say? What did you just say? She didn't say this in quiet. She said it at a party. And I'm like, what? She's like, your wedding. Your weddings. This is how competitive it is. This is competition. This is stuff that you can't make up. This is game theory. This is the competition of what are other people doing in order to attempt to be successful. We're still talking about toss my salad, making salad dressing. Going over the top is if you're super hot and your name's Chrissy. Going over the top is making lemonade at a table. Like that's her getting ready to be, hey, what are you, poor? And they'll be like, nope, I'm from this blah 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 branded family. Like, this is just what I do. This is just what I do. And it wasn't 13 packets of sugar, but it was definitely 4. It was definitely 4. Making salad dressing. This is the first thing that you're ever going to cook. This is the first thing that you're ever going to cook. This is the first thing that you're ever going to cook, which is salad dressing. Gaslighting. Can you at least toss a salad? Number 11. Gaslighting your way into getting into college. Lowering standards. This is what everybody thinks that's recruiting from good schools, which is lowering requirements. When you lower someone else's requirements, you're raising someone else's requirements. So when someone else's requirements got raised, everybody knows. This is an example. So let's say you're Goldman Sachs or you're McKinsey, and now you're at a top 72 college called University of Pennsylvania, firmly inside of the top 72 colleges in America. When you meet a heterosexual Caucasian with no painted nails, you're thinking to yourself, whoa, was it impossible for you to even get in? These jokes just write themselves. These jokes just write themselves. Gaslighting. Gaslighting your way into college. Did you gaslight your way in? Were you gaslit on the way in? What is gaslit on your way in? That's a minority female. She had a hard time reading and she couldn't do math. She's currently suing her private high school or version of a private high school, her elite high school. She's suing her elite high school. You can't even make this up because she can't read very well, and her college in California told everybody about it. So she sued her high school for giving her inflated grades. Grade inflation! You see, the reason I'm so excited about talking about grade inflation is I came from a place with grade deflation. I had to play the game on hard mode. This is why I love this economy. Is you're having to go to the University of Illinois and you're about to experience grade deflation. You're about to experience gaslighting in a way that has never before been done in history, which is, oh, this economy's not so bad. Oh, you think this inflation's bad? Wait till hyperinflation. Gaslit, which is, yeah, this is our third war in our third month. 3 wars, 3 months. Do you guys come to my war maxing video? War maxing. Who are we gonna attack in month number 4? Who? Larry, this war will end in a weekend. Yeah, that's another forever war. That's another forever war coming up. Enjoy funding that forever war. Gaslight. Ooh, perfectly solving forever war. Point number 12, thermodynamics. Larry, now you're just showing off. I just got lucky. I just got lucky because point number 12, point number 12 is thermodynamics. Endless war happens when you try to violate the 3 laws of thermodynamics. What are the 3 laws of thermodynamics? It's energy goes from me to you, hot to cold. Energy from hot to hot takes a little bit of work, proof of work, and then a little bit of energy gets lost. Those are the 3 laws. Money printing is a violation of the 3 laws of thermodynamics. Number 13, gaslighting you into slavery. You see, when money is printed, it's a form of enslavement. When money is printed out of thin air, it's causing you to be secretly taxed. That's gaslighting you into slavery. Learning math is freedom. Learning Web 5 is for the win, because Web 5 is 3 laws of thermodynamics dependent. Slavery, it's only temporary, because later, the more things change, the more things stay the same. Because the next default currency, it's already here. The US dollar is the world's reserve currency. The next world reserve currency, it's already here. This is how we're Ebonics maxing. Point number 13 is hashtag Web5. Hashtag Web5. And because you and I are friends, it's also hashtag Web12. Look at how demoralized people got when I said Web5. This is called cognitive miser. Oh, he's word salading. You get to benefit. Who's still here? Tell me, just put 1, just comment 1 if you're still here, because I want to know who you are. Let's go. 14, slavery. What are you listening in the background? What's up? How are you guys? Slavery. Unknowingly, it's a prison with no bars. That's the gaslight. Mansplaining. So when you use the phrase mansplaining, you're trying to throw a emotional hand grenade into the conversation, saying, why are you talking to me like I'm stupid? While that person is simultaneously being stupid. That's the word mansplaining. That word has been mitigated in use, but I still have emotional trauma from people saying that I would be mansplaining things. That's what people said. Or that's how I feel. Emotional hand grenades. Number 17, G spot. So, have you heard when women say, oh, I'm a sapiosexual, or oh, I need to have my brain stimulated? That's her not knowing that her G spot is in her brain. That's also brain 3, web 4, which is the G spot of her brain is where she's connecting her vagina to her brain. These are the 5 brains that a person has. Brain 1 is your brain. Brain 2 is your 5 brains. Your 5 brains. Brain 1 is your head. Brain 2 is your stomach. Have you heard when people say, I've got a good gut feeling about this? Or, oh, my stomach's really healthy. Or they'll say, I keep a lot of stress in my stomach, and now they're operating with brain fog, which is brain 3, your vagina brain, or your penis. Have you heard when people say, oh my God, you slept with her? Were you just thinking with your second head? Were you thinking with the wrong head? That would be brain number 3. Brain number 4 is something you've seen during this video, which is, Larry, did you just pull that out of your ass? Yeah, I pulled out point number 18 from right out of my ass. Brain 5. Brain 5 is a brain that is paying you to use it using the 3 laws of thermodynamics. Brain 5 is a gift from a venture capitalist. Brain 5 is AI, artificial intelligence. Have you heard those pay accounts where you have to pay $20,000 to use AI? Have you heard those pay accounts? It's $200 a month. Have you seen those pay accounts that are $50 a month? In order to give you that much computing power, those tokens, it costs them $600,000 to $900,000 to give you $20,000. It costs them $5,000 or $30,000 to give you $200. For a $50 compute, it's $100 to $800 per month that they're giving you. This is called data centers having to spend a lot of energy. See, the reason that AI is so powerful is the fact that you're just being a computer hog. You're tokens. So not to get too computer sciencey on you, but you're just burning a lot of tokens. What's a token? It's a application protocol interface. So you're just burning APIs. This has been an API. Here's one API. It's called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, Joe Dispenza. 80% of this knowledge is from that book. And another API, which is day 0, called Breaking the Habit of Being an NPC. Here's another API, which is hashtag 22 days of OpenAI at South by Southwest. Here's another API, day 3 of hashtag 23 days of OpenAI at South by Southwest. I did not misspeak. I did not mix up the number. I was exactly correct. Which is Ebonics maxing 4 X's and then 6 X's in order to 10X you. You're getting 10X'd. That's another API. Another API is Grok 4 with the with the 19 days of Grok 4 at Osaka World Fair. Here's another API, which is going to sound like a football play call. 62, 64, 67, turbo hike. So what I'm saying is I'm quarterbacking your money in the way that I'm quarterbacking your brain to connect with 55 days of Gemini 3 at SF Super Bowl. Because the API that's coming up that you can get a free vacation on, which is some of this stuff, it might seem intimidating. Maybe you think that you will never catch up because I'm really, really good at basketball. Like, no, you can catch up right now. This is your goal. Set a goal. If you don't set a goal, you're literally going to go nowhere. This is your goal. Using Gemini 3, the free version, using the free version of Gemini 3, using the free version to do hashtag 54 days of Gemini 3 at LA Super Bowl. Let me repeat that, which is hashtag 54 days of Gemini 3 at LA Super Bowl. So, Los Angeles, February 14, 2027. If you set as a goal, you're going to get to that goal. What's your goal? Your goal is to get AI to pay for one vacation. That's it. Because right now you're trying to do AI to who knows what you're trying to use it for. Low socioeconomic language, I bring up AI and then someone says, but AI is a bubble. What you're trying to do when you say AI is a bubble is you're trying to gaslight yourself into being a cognitive miser. Let me repeat that. I say, let's use Gemini 3 to pay for your Los Angeles vacation, February 12 to February 15, 2027. And then you say, but Larry, after I do this, am I going to have to perform a sexual act on you? Just because you black rappers have sex with other black rappers and black rapper fans doesn't mean I want to meet you to have sex with you. I don't even think homosexuality is very cool. This is vacation where you get to go to Los Angeles for a vacation. You get to go to Los Angeles for a vacation, which is, can you use Gemini 3 to go on a free vacation? Can you? I can. I can. So the way to go on vacation using AI is you don't say, but AI is a bubble, which is this. When you say that AI is a bubble, basically you're gaslighting me by saying what you say is just a salad of words. It does not have financial benefit. If you believe that, it's true. But also, if you don't believe it, and you believe this, which is Larry Chang just showed me a way to get a free vacation using a hashtag 54 days of Gemini 3 at LA Super Bowl, which is where we're running ahead of where everyone else is going, which is in Los Angeles, they're going to be hosting the Super Bowl. Tonality, 250 units. 250 units. When you ask for money, you want to ask for 250 units. Here's an example of asking for 250, which is at South by Southwest. So we're hosting a small party and we don't have any sponsors. We just conjured up this party. So we ask people, hey, do you want to sponsor? And they're like, yeah, I'm in for whatever. I'm like, how about $250? Okay. The party takes off, and we're promoting them as if they're paying $250,000. They're so enamored at our thankfulness that we're experiencing the party. And then we'll call this person Chaubert because that was his name. Chaubert pulls me aside and he's all stressed. I'm like, uh, yes? He's like, Larry, I'm stressed. Can we talk? I'm like, yeah, what's the problem? He's like, I promised you 250 and everyone's coming to talk to me, but like 250 what? I'm like, what do you mean 250 what? What do you mean 250? You see, Chaubert was stressed because he thought that we were going to get him for $250,000 because of how much love and adoration that people were throwing his way for $250. That's why Chaubert was stressed. I'm like, bro, it's $250, not $250,000. Hashtag winning. So let's recoup and summarize what it is that we've talked about. We've talked about breaking the habit of being an NPC at South by Southwest. We talked about 13 ways to break the habit of being a bad woman using 13 phrases, 13 patterns for gaslighting. Where are you getting gaslit? Are you gaslighting other people? These are the gaslit countermeasures via hashtag Ebonics, 4 X's, maxing, 6 X's, Ebonics maxing. That was day 3 of this generational run, which is hashtag 22 days of OpenAI at South by Southwest. Day number 4.